How you doing, guys? Welcome to Cadillac Coachworks. This is the first how-to video that I'm ever going to do, so bear with me on this. Today we are going to be working on the newly acquired 1963 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, 22,000 miles. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous vehicle. So today what we're going to do is we are going to be taking off this door panel. Okay. Look at this beautiful, untouched door panel. I'd love to show you the rest of the car, but that's going to be in another video. But so what we're trying to do here is this window is extremely slow. It needs to be oiled. It's been sitting forever. I'm sure this might need a little cleaning. If not, we'll leave it alone. The boot seems to be okay, which is right here. That seems to be okay. The wires into it seem to be okay. So this window does go up and down, but coming up it struggles a little bit. It's a little better today, surprisingly, but yesterday it was pretty bad. So, and then also what we have to do here is look at that. It's missing its trim. Unfortunate, right? And these guys are just no good anymore. They are pretty bad. A lot of times I like to pop maybe one of these out and put another one of these guys in here just to help keep it a little bit. You know, because these do have a tendency of falling off easy, but we'll check it out because I really don't like just popping it on here. But anyways, yeah, we'll get back to this and we'll start taking this door panel off. Thanks. Alright, so first things first here. Let's take a look at this. The first thing I want to do is I basically want to unscrew this right here. Let's get this switch panel off here. Now remember, put your screws somewhere where you're not going to lose them. I like to put mine right there on the floor if I'm putting it back together the same day. Otherwise, bag and tag. Bag and tag. Okay, so this guy. So I don't know if you can see down in here. There's another screw. I don't know if you can see that, but there's another screw right here, and that's basically going to remove this piece right here. So let's take this off. And I don't know if these screws have ever been removed before, so I'm really being delicate on this. Delicate. Okay, let's see if she wants to pop up. Come on now. There we go. I know that's what you want. Maybe a little more unscrewing here. Sounds like she's out, but you know, if things have never been removed before on a 60-year-old car, it's, you know, if you've ever been in the game of doing this, you know that sometimes it's just a pain in the butt. You're still not wanting to come on. Come on now. I have to do this two-handed. We'll see. Let's get this. Careful. There she goes. All right. Almost goes. There we go. Come on, baby. Yeah, this screw is just being a real pain in the butt. See, also there's some fabric right here that, you know, as old as the hills, and we definitely don't want to tear that. So maybe, there we go. Okay. So I just pulled on this a little bit here. So let's see. So here's this piece, and you can see how the the screw goes in there. And look at that. Look how nice and clean that screw is. Usually is really rusty and nasty. So let's take this up right here. Give her a little flipperoo. And look at that. Here's a this is in here. This should not be in here. Right here. So what this is it holds this door handle in. So this door handle might just, yep. So maybe someone has been in here before, or it came loose somehow. But that sucker goes in there like that and keeps this into the latch mechanism. Okay, so this guy right here. This looks nice and clean. Still got the plastic between the pigtail plug, or whatever the hell that's called, but a pigtail, and then the actual switch. So we have a lead wire, and then of course up and down, because the motor is grounded to the door itself. So you don't need a ground wire, because that's just how old cars were. So another thing I'm noticing right here is this is starting to get a little crack right here. So a lot of times on these 63 and 64 Cadillacs, these crack all the way down and becomes an issue. And it's just because of this. People just putting too much weight on here, yada yada yada. So you got to be really careful. I might epoxy this on the back. I don't know yet. I don't know if it's really going to do much. I have repaired these with a buddy of mine, to where these were broken all the way down, and we actually took this whole piece off the door card because it's just screwed in from the back, and we basically epoxied it and put strips across just to keep it nice and strong. Oh, now the light decides to turn on. The lights are kind of weird in this car. The switches are kind of slow. Anyway, so we're going to take this full main switch off, because the less you unplug these, the better. Trust me. Because they can get pretty damn brittle. So let's unscrew this shit right here. Like so. Put that screw over there with the others. Now, if you're not good with remembering which screw went where, a lot of times you could just put it back in the hole. Just put it back in the same hole. You know, I'll probably do that with at least this. And this sucker just comes out like that. So there we go. And then we got this perfect bezel right here. Let's just put that screw back in. Why not, right? Okay, so now there is, let's put this in here for now. So let's get down here. Ugh. So factory locations of the 63 and 64 Cadillac and most other Cadillacs is that there will be 4 screws. Okay, it's usually the case. And then there's some clips along the side right here. Okay, so getting these clips off without destroying the door card is difficult. So let's start on these screws and see how well they want to unscrew, because a lot of times these will get rusted, and this is a Chicago vehicle, unfortunately, because we all hate the Cubs. I'm just kidding. But because of, 22,000 miles, and we already have some rust issues. Now, it did sit in a barn or whatnot for a while. I think for at least 20 years. But just, you know, Illinois ain't a car-friendly state. So let's put that here. So we already got it loose here, right? But I can already feel that there's a clip right here. So we're gonna have to get our prying tool and get on those clips. We just don't want to start yanking on this sucker. So let's, is there a screw right here? There's gotta be. Oh, can't feel it. Oh, there you are. Feel this one. There it is. So a lot of times, you know, you'll know a car has been worked on and not working on right, or at least a Cadillac in my experience, if someone didn't put the screws back on, or you find 7 of them or 20 of them. I don't even know where the hell that thing is. All right, let's keep. I feel it, but it's sunk down in there somewhere. There you are. That was in there nice and tight too. At least you know when it's tight coming out, it's unscrewing and not just wiggling around in there. Okay, so that's off. This is off. So we got that piece. Okay, so let's. There, see those holes. There's some holes right here. So, and these are on the pull handle. And if you don't put these screws back in, guess what happens? You start pulling your door card apart. And I don't understand anybody, or why anybody would just do that. It's stupid. Look how nice and fat the screw is. Now that's kind of a specialty screw right here. That's a GM special. Let's get this one. Okay, so it does look like maybe this screw's been out before. It looks like it's been torqued on, but you never know. Someone at the factory might have just been really happy. So on the 64 Coupe de Villes, they don't have this light right here. The light's down here. So you won't have to deal with any of that. So we got obviously a piece of electrical up there that we're going to have to be careful of. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so the next thing is, it's a little, I'm definitely going to fix this. This is no good. Someone tried prying up on it or something, but I gotta put some epoxy or something on that because we definitely don't want this to break. I'm going to take this sucker out right here, so I'll be right back. I'm going to get the tool, all that fun stuff. I'm also going to get the tool to remove this, which this is going to be a real fun time. I kind of prefer the 64 for this because this is still metal, and you can put painter's tape and everything around it and not risk scratching anything. But this obviously is fabric, and it's really, really tight to this crank. That's why I prefer electric wing windows as well, because the switch is down here and that's not there. And this is the most bitch to ever take off of an old car, which I'm sure some of you know. But anyways, I will get back to you in a second. All right, so we're back here. I got this guy off because you guys didn't need to see me struggle with that. I actually had to use a combination of like this pick tool, right? But it was originally like this, but I made one, so you know, performed surgery in there. But and I unscrewed this already. That you didn't need to see that. So now we're over here, and you can see how these pins or these clips stick into the plastic right here. So you want to make sure you find it. Just pry a little bit and find it, and stick your tool in here, and just kind of, you know, look for it so you don't destroy anything. So I think there is that one right there. Oh, this one came out of the actual door, so we got that one off. Oh, and then, you know, obviously you got to unscrew this sucker right here. And we're going to clean that up real nice too. Okay, get some metal polish on this guy. So take that off now. This side. This fun side. So same thing here. I'm going to feel around here. Hopefully I can get my tool in here because the door doesn't I'm going to open up all the way. There's one. I can't really see anything. There's two. There's three. And four. Okay, see, look at that. Doors just came off nice and loose. Now, the other fun time is this wraps around with this felt on the frame inside right here. So a lot of times and another reason why I like to leave the switch in here is to put the window up just a little bit so we have more of a gap here. Okay, so let's lift this up and see what she wants to do here. And we got to be really, really gentle. Oh, that came off pretty damn easy. Oh, look at that beautiful door card. Look, we still got the paper on here. This is a true sign of a car that has extremely low miles. Let's see, how am I gonna... Okay, so we're gonna fish this guy through here. Ooh. Gotta be careful. There we go. So that's off. So now it's this guy, and unfortunately this paper might tear a little bit. Let's get the spring off. Don't forget to put this back on now. So let's peel this paper back a little bit. This tape is probably going to tear. But see, it's all, if you're gentle, sometimes things will just work out. Nope, they tore. Okay. You just don't want to rip things off. Unless it's, you know, in a junkyard or something. You know, it'd be really nice if Cadillac put it like a plug maybe in this vicinity right here, but, you know, Cadillac still doesn't want you working on their vehicles, so back then I'm sure it was the, you know, the same. Let's... Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do it this way. Okay, I'll just get some nice tape. Okay, so that's just some kind of ick right there that's kind of dried up. So let's pull right here. The ick is still good. Come on now. Yeah, it's like a gum, you know. And I'm holding onto this door panel. Where's the plug, man? Man, it's all the way down there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to set this down like so. Be careful. We don't want it falling. I'm gonna have to get a scraper here. We don't want it to do that either. So let's, you know what? Let's just put it kind of like this. Just kind of back on for a minute. Just let it hang. Be careful. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a scraper. Okie dokie. Let's try this again. Get this off here. Whoop. I got my scraper here. Put the door panel on my foot so we don't get any nasty on it. So I got my scraper right here, and I'm just slightly gonna go down like so. Cut that gooey, ooey mess so you can see it, and it's still nice and sticky. So on, oh, it's still good. Okay, on more dry cars, that glue or that tacky stuff will just be kind of, you know. Where the hell are you plugged in? Oh man, I definitely don't want to take this out, or do I? I might have to take that out because I don't see a plug And this kind of reminds me, Fleetwood had these for a long time too. It's just, you got to be freaking careful, man. I hate doing this. There we go. Come on, baby. So they pop out from the bottom and then, you know, they slide downward. Come on. There we are. There we go. See, and look at that big old fat original bulb right there. That is an OG'er for sure. Okay, so now, look at this. We got the door card free. So, put this somewhere nice and safe where the dogs can't pee on it. Right here. Okay. And I mean, you can see how the armrest screws in, and look, that's someone's signature right there from the factory, which is always cool to see. You can see that the bottom of the card has gotten wet before. Why they didn't use plastic like they do today, I have no understanding why. But let's get this paper off here. And of course, you know, unscrew some more stuff like the armrest mount. All these heavy-duty screws for just, you know, on the bottom for one itty-bitty screw here, one itty-bitty screw there. Oh, we gotta take this off because we do it right. We don't want to tear the paper because we're gonna put that paper back on, even though it's kind of nasty at the bottom. But you know, originality, preserve it. More tape here. This is rotted off. This is rotted off. So just untuck this. Now I have, when the paper's been so bad, I have literally gone to Home Depot and got, you know, basically got plastic, painter's plastic with the real thick mill stuff. It's like almost milky white. And I've stenciled it out and actually put that back on. I've done that before, just because you got to protect your door cards. You know. Okay. There we go. Keep it against the metal so we don't rip the paper. Like so. And then put this back on. A lot of times it can stick back on, or you can get some more putty. I don't recommend like using silicone or anything because that could trap water, and obviously if you try to take your paper off again, it's going to be a bad situation. Okay, so it's a little brittle down here, so I'm trying to be really careful. Almost. Come on. Oh, you still got some right here. What is that? What is this? Oh. Okay. There we go. Jiggle, jiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so let's see if we can get this light through here. Ouch. Man, those suckers get hot, don't they? I should probably unplug the battery. But, you know me. I ain't always the sharpest knife in the drawer. Here we go. Alright, let's take a little peek-see. It's actually really dry down in here. Awesome. So, let's roll down this window. Okay, so you can see these tracks right here, right? So there's a scissor arm, okay? The motor's right here, and there's a big, like a half of a sprocket, and it, you know, rolls it back and forth, and it controls the arm, and this arm pushes up on the bottom of this right here, on the base of the window. I might have to fix that. And then it pushes it back up. So Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to tackle all this. This is supposed to be attached. That's no good. Damn Chicago cars. But anyways, so yeah, so you know, scissors up, but you have to lube these up. I can't stress it enough that you have to lube this up. You have to lube up the scissors. You know, I use a good, you know, Excel grease after I clean it with some WD-40, and that usually does the trick really well. So basically, to put it back on is just a reverse of what I did. Oh, look at that, some more factory marks right here. That's whoever inspected it. This might be the number or the number of the production line it was on. This car was built in Detroit. There was some Cadillacs, like my 58, that was actually born in California. Born in California. No, actually made in California. So there's lots of different varieties, but this isn't too bad right here. It's a pretty clean door card or door panel. So, but anyways, there you go. So basically, it's the reverse of what I showed you. So you guys have a great day, and keep on treating them Cadillacs like ladies, because you know they're ladies. And yeah, we'll get back to you at another video.